is Thursday morning. I thought we could sleep in, but we were told that we will be in Glacier Bay really early this morning. They said 6 a.m. So right now we're getting ready. The sun actually rises and looks in our broom, so what we think would be cold is actually pretty warm this morning. So I don't know how to dress. Let's see. Yeah, it is. There is a cool breeze. Here, let me show you. So this is what we see. The sun is bright. We should be at the Haven Sun Deck this morning for the best views, and they'll actually have I think a park ranger coming on board. Just talking about the history of Glacier Bay. I think they're serving some chowder or bisque or maybe clam chowder, but I can't see them serving that this early in the morning. There'll be hot chocolate, and of course, being in the Havens, you have the Haven Lounge, and there's always food down there. I don't know, with this sun, it's hot. Yeah. I'm gonna need some sunglasses. I have all my batteries charged. I'll bring my tripod up, and we'll get some good footage for you guys. So stay tuned. Did want to mention that they have discounted laundry service. One full bag, $29. Any amount of clothes that you can fit in a laundry bag will only be washed and folded. You have to fill out the laundry slip, place a full bag on your bed, and call housekeeping for pickup. Your items will be returned within 24 hours. Here's the size laundry bag. Maybe 7 gallons, 8 gallons. Don't overpack. You could do your laundry on board, get some of that washed, and then wear it again. Oh yeah, it's chillier up here. Definitely bring a jacket.
You've probably heard the saying that national parks are America's best idea. The PBS Ken Burns documentary said that national parks are as uniquely American as the Declaration of Independence, and just as radical. That the most special places in the nation should be preserved, not for royalty or the rich, but for everyone. That's what makes national parks special to me, that amazing places like Glacier Bay are set aside, preserved and protected for future generations. Much of Glacier Bay is not just a national park, it's also a designated wilderness, a 3.3 million acre or 13,000 square kilometer wilderness the size of Connecticut or the nation of Jamaica or Northern Ireland. That means that this is a natural environment not significantly altered by human activity. If you've looked at a map of southeast Alaska, you might have noticed that Glacier Bay National Park shares its borders with Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Parks Canada's Kluwati National Park and Tatshenshini-Alsek Provincial Park. If you add all of that together, you get about 25 million acres or 100,000 square kilometers of wilderness. That's about the size of the state of Indiana or the Republic of Portugal. This wilderness has been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site as one of the world's largest protected natural areas. So all this means that unless you've been to Antarctica or Western Greenland, you are probably right now in the wildest place you've ever been in your life. The most remote area in the lower 48 states is in a spot in the backcountry of Yellowstone National Park, and that's 22 miles or 32 kilometers from the nearest paved road. We're already further than that from the nearest paved road in Gustavus. Many of the mountains surrounding our ship right now have not only never been climbed, they've not even been named. So congratulations. You might right now be the farthest you've ever been from civilization. But an important perspective to keep in mind when thinking about our wilderness is from the first people to live here. When the Tlingit come to Glacier Bay Wilderness, they do not visit an unexplored, unvisited, uninhabited landscape. Rather, as oral histories and Tlingit elders have shared with us, They walk in the footsteps of their ancestors who were here before them. This summer, Glacier Bay National Park is anticipating 600,000 visitors. In most national parks, that number would bring with it a lot of challenges. How do you provide lodging, food, roads, and services to all those people who want to come enjoy your park? But of course, here in Glacier Bay, 95% of those visitors are arriving via cruise ships like ours. A maximum of 2 cruise ships per day are allowed in Glacier Bay to lessen the impact of tourism on the park's wilderness. Many of you have probably heard of Captain Cook as that British sea captain who was the first European to sail across many uncharted areas of the globe. He came by here in 1778 and found this area completely covered in ice. There was no bay in Glacier Bay, it was just glacier.
If we look to our 12 o'clock right now, we can see that Grand Pacific Glacier coming down out of the mountains directly ahead of the ship. And it just kind of looks like it's all dirty rock and gravel, and it's going to look the same way when we get closer. But it actually is about 20 miles long, running up into the ice field high above us there. And in fact, those mountains that we can see above the Grand Pacific Glacier there, that's actually Canada up there. Most people think of the blue pillars of Marjorie as being the most beautiful. And she is, about 3/4 of a mile wide, 20 miles long, or 33 kilometers long, and 200 feet or 60 meters tall. That's as tall as a 20-story building. And that's only above the water. There's another 50 to 100 feet of ice below the water line. Our ship is about 150 feet tall from the water line to the top of the smokestacks. So that means that Marjorie Glacier is about 5 stories taller than our ship.
Wow.
We won't be getting too close to Marjorie Glacier today because of all that ice that's broken up in front of the glacier there. As we all know, glaciers and icebergs and cruise ships don't mix very well, so our captain wants to make sure we're all safe today. So we won't be getting in very close, but we'll be able to, if we were parked up alongside the glacier, right next to it, that glacier would be taller than our ship is tall. And a lot of people think of Marjorie there as being the more photogenic of these 2 glaciers, with her blue ice and her more frequent calving. But I like to think of Grand Pacific Glacier at a mile wide or 1.6 kilometers wide, 22 miles or 35 kilometers long, and 150 feet or 45 meters tall as being the most impressive glacier of them all. It's that dark mass straight out in front of us that looks like just a lot of dirt and gravel right now, coming down from Canada there. But it once stood 4,000 feet or 1,200 meters tall, and it covered all of Glacier Bay, 65 miles or 105 kilometers of ice, running all the way south to Icy Strait. This glacier coming up on our port or left-hand side right now is called the Lamplugh Glacier, which my fellow rangers have dubbed Lamplugh the Blue. And all the way up here on the bridge, I can hear you asking, Ranger Billy, what makes the ice blue? Well, it's actually because of the way light passes through the ice. As the snow falls high in the mountains, all the weight from the snow above it compacts each layer down and down into really thick ice. This ice is so dense that most of the air has been squeezed out of it, much more dense than the ice you can make at home in your freezer. If you're into statistics, Lamplugh Glacier is about 165 feet or 50 meters tall, 3/4 of a mile or 1.2 kilometers wide, and 16 miles or 26 kilometers long. If you're still following along on your maps, we are currently in Johns Hopkins Inlet, and we'll soon have an opportunity to see Johns Hopkins Glacier from a distance. We're not allowed to go very far into Johns Hopkins Inlet this time of year because the icebergs near the glacier are a pupping area for harbor seals. So as we look down Johns Hopkins Inlet here, the face of Hopkins is about a mile or 1.6 kilometers wide, and it's 250 feet or 76 meters tall. That's as high as a 25-story building. But we're still about 5 or 6 miles away from that face. It's pretty incredible. But in Tlingit, Johns Hopkins Glacier is known as Soothon Niyade Wuklikeye, the passageway that broke through to Mount Fairweather. It's hard for me to describe the beauty of these glaciers to my friends and family back home who've never seen them. So take a few minutes now to soak all of this in, so you can find your own way to share this strange and impressive spectacle with your loved ones back home. Now that you're starting to see glaciers for yourself, you'll begin to understand how something as simple as a snowflake can shape and carve our entire world.
We're in Glacier Bay.
And I'm in a deck
Dude,
top.
This morning, you had to wear a parka up here. I don't even know what the wind speeds were. Must have been 30, 40.
It wasn't. I was expecting worse, but
No, it was freezing.
it was cool.
And now people are in their
Well,
tank tops.
I wasn't prepared.
I was prepared. Oh yeah, we gotta wash our digits. Wishy-washy. Right? Wishy-washy. I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, that was never. Comb. Here's the comb. All right, want to pull the lever? Want to pull the lever? Good. Oh, it's really soft. Mara, you look crazy with the winter parka and eating ice cream. Look. Yum yum. Looks like you're in Alaska. It's more like a custard. This is pretty good. I like this. This is creamy. Okay, so the Garden Cafe is just below the Haven Lounge, so you can go get your ice cream real quick and then come up here for lunch.
While the ship departed Glacier Bay, we had lunch and enjoyed the views.
So we're gonna go get some Starbucks, and then we're gonna go play some bingo.
We have an hour and a half. We might just go hang out in the...
I thought bingo you said was at 3.
3:30.
Oh, okay. So yeah, coffee and bingo. We're gonna win big. All right, we lied. We're getting gelato. We have to try out this gelato place. I have lemon, coffee, mango, Nutella, mint, raspberry, strawberry, dark chocolate, and vanilla. The coffee is subtle, but the Nutella tastes like you dipped your spoon in a container of Nutella. I like the Nutella. The Nutella is a strong hazelnut flavor. Oh man, look at that. The coffee bean.
Yeah, I saw it getting a coffee bean earlier.
The coffee, oh. Wish the coffee flavor was a little bit stronger. And it was extra, so 2 scoops of gelato is not part of your room package. But it's $6 for the 2. Get gelato, especially today, man. It's hot. Started freezing. Thought it was gonna snow at one point. All right, next up, bingo. All right. They got different rules for bingo here. This is gonna be like corners, and you gotta get them all at one point. So you gotta pay attention to the rules. All right, just got out of bingo. We were a big winner. No, just kidding. Big fat losers. Big bad losers
You
here.
take the elevator or
That's all right.
stairs?
We gotta get ready for dinner. We got reservations
Who
at
wants to get ready for dinner?
Cagney's. We gotta go get Mario. That's getting ready. We gotta get Marie's partner. Her PIC. Sure.
Yeah, we can
Let's go for a little stroll. Man, I was falling asleep there. I'm tired. Look at this. We get back to the stateroom and just get ready for the steakhouse and come back to some different breads. Looks like a banana bread, maybe a lemon bread. I don't know. And then a little fruit and cheese. So it's like a little surprise every single time. I feel like the real winner here. I don't need to win bingo. No, just kidding. So, yeah, we'll get ready for dinner. Cagney's Steakhouse. We'll see if the steak is better than what they're serving upstairs at the Haven restaurant. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, our laundry's done. So they picked it up this morning, probably around 7. and it is bundled nicely here. I won't unwrap it. You don't need to see my drawers or Chelsea's drawers, but looks like everything is folded. So we'll put our clothes away too. Just a little detour before dinner. Haven Lounge for a drink. Hey, how's it going, Bowen? You too. Alright, heading to Cagney's with my old fashioned. One thing I gotta say, a lot of people on the cruise are in a pretty good mood. It's like going to Disney. You're on vacation, you gotta have fun. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Why are you even on vacation? Wait, we have to go over here, right? Then what's she doing?
Mexican.
Oh, okay. When you come in this area, there's a bar in the middle and there's a split off. Los Lobos to the left and Cagney's to the right. I thought it was all one restaurant.
It's one of the James Bonds, but I don't know which one it was.
What James Bond?
Like young, old.
It was the old one, the original James Bond.
Oh, see, I haven't really watched them.
I asked how I know.
She was like an assassin killer.
All the women are assassin killers.
In every James
What are you
Bond.
talking about? That they
I
would
said,
be the killer.
let's sit down and watch from start to finish all the James Bonds, and he's like, no.
All right, if you guys want to tune in with us, we'll do a live stream of us watching James Bond.
I'm gonna get the creme brulee.
I know what she wants. Yeah, she's gonna have the 7-layer chocolate cake.
7-layer. How about you there?
I'll do the raspberry creme brulee.
Brulee, thank you.
Dude, you got messed up using something. Imagine if
You got the 7-layer?
Oh yeah, no, that's right here.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. This is not what I wanted.
Thank you.
That is mine. I'm like, that's not what I wanted. I know that's what you wanted. It's not. Thank you.
Look at this cake. I'm glad I got this. This is everything I ever want in life. Hey.
That's pure chocolate.
That was fun. Oh, you should have been here because when we were ordering, I'm like, yeah, Chelsea will have the 7-layer, and you should have seen the look on their face. I wish it was on camera. Like, oh, he's gonna die tonight.
That's not what I wanted.
I gotta make sure they have all 7 layers here.
That's good too.
It checks out. I can't finish everything. I love the prime rib. The appetizers were really good. And I don't think that there's a dessert here that I wouldn't eat. I would say if you go to one of the restaurants on this ship, I would say at least go to this one.